18, 19 years old. Started right out of a front bedroom of my mom's house.
Really?
Yeah, so very small.
That's right, you guys. Today we're diving into what it takes to build a brand from out of your mom's garage to a facility that produces over 500,000 garments every single day. So in this video, I actually just want to take you guys behind our own scenes as well and show you guys what we're creating here. And since my brother Caesar was there, he's actually the man in charge of editing this video. And hey Caesar, what are you doing?
Sorry, my bad. I was just trying to figure out what everybody kept telling me I look like McLovin. Do you see the resemblance here?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
but,
thank you. I don't get it.
How's the video coming along?
Okay,
with,
so you want to go ahead and take a look?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
And then we started to get into manufacturing, say, mid-90s and 94, 95. And just started making different products for different companies, but then realized what a need there was to make retail garments for the wholesale industry. So we started to build into that, and then we started to get into manufacturing pretty deep. So learning about it, doing different things with it.
So there you have it, guys. That's key tip number one that Marco just shared with you guys that I feel entrepreneurs, myself included, oftentimes really miss. Sometimes we just create a product thinking that people need it, but we don't really fine tune it and figure out if that's a market that truly deserves and is wanting it. For bella+canvas, it meant starting with a women's line of apparel that was essentially for the wholesale market at a time where wholesale was just regular blank t-shirts for men really, and in the corporate world. So they came in there with some designs, and later on they added a men's side of it. Just like any branded product that is one of your favorites, whether it's Nike or anything that you buy, they began with a need for that product, and from there they evolved it. So keep that in mind as you guys create your brand, and which really leads us into tip number two that I want to share with you guys right now.
Yeah.
So can you talk to us about how your vision when you started the company has evolved or perhaps is becoming a reality today? Like, what are you most proud of, and how did you guys start out to do this business?
Sure. In the beginning, I would say, we wanted to make a great t-shirt. It started small. Our thought was create a great t-shirt. Then once you start to do this, you start to learn about doing things in an eco-friendly way, how you dye, how much water consumption you use. Being under a lot of regulation makes you think, you know what, we should even go beyond that. Let's look at low water consumption where it's not a requirement, but let's target that as a solution so that we can make fabric with very low water consumption. So it kind of evolves, and if you're always open to learning, then you're gonna make better products, and then you're gonna do things in a better way. And I would say that today, with how polluted the world's getting, limiting the pollution that you put out is a huge issue. And so I think by having us look at how water is processed, how chemicals are processed, inputs, if you can improve all those different things, then you could be a sustainable business for the next 50 years. You can't do that in some countries.
And that's key tip number two, guys, is to go the extra mile with your brand or service. Because when you do that, you're able to stand out in a market that's still doing things the same way. For bella+canvas, this meant making a quality tee in an eco-friendly way. They were able to reduce the water usage as well as the waste when it comes to dyeing. So for any brand out there watching and listening, find ways to actually stand out and make a difference by going the extra mile. Hey Cez, what do you think people or brands can do to go the extra mile?
I think for a majority of reasons, and people going the extra mile means like, contacting your customers and all that.
What are you doing with your glasses? Why are your glasses like that?
Oh, sorry. These damn lawn care people, they don't know what they're doing out there. They're making all this noise where they can't hear or whatnot.
Not everybody has the money to go the extra mile and revolutionize an industry, but you got to start with what you have. And as you guys grow, I think it really dives into this next question here.
What would you say is a lesson that you've learned or perhaps applied to your life as you were growing this business that really impacted your ability to keep up with it? Not let it beat you down or stress you out. Like, how do you cope with that?
You still have fun with it on a daily basis. You get out of bed, you're excited about going to work, and really just look at everything as not so much what what have you accomplished, but just what are the opportunities? What are the cool things you can do in the future? What does the world need from you? Like, why is your company here? And if you think, once you start to think that you're some great, fantastic company, you start to lose your edge. When you think of yourself as, look, every day we wake up like entrepreneurs, we need to solve problems, we need to be proactive. As soon as you think that you're at the top of that mountain, then you're done.
Somebody's taking you out.
Someone's gonna take you out. So you gotta enjoy what you do. You have to do something that's, for me, you gotta do things that are good for the world. We're here for a short time. You gotta do things that are good for the world, and then enjoy it. Enjoy the people that you work with, enjoy the customers that you have.
I can only imagine the pressure and the stress involved with managing up to 1,000 employees, all counting on you for your business to succeed. At bella+canvas, George and his team have created such an amazing infrastructure and business, but really think about that for a second. Like, 1,000 people counting on you for you feeding their families and providing for their own communities and lives. I have a very small team here, and even with that small team, at times it really feels like there's a lot of pressure and a lot of things counting on me for it to succeed. And perhaps you're in a similar situation where you have a small business, maybe you're the only person running that business and everything is counting on you for it to even grow. Now, at times it could feel very stressful and make you want to feel like maybe you should go get a full-time job again. But I think the lessons that Marco here really shared can be something that you can apply and really take home. And that is in enjoying everything that you do, and more importantly, finding opportunities in the challenge that arise throughout the course of your business. There's always opportunities that come up through the challenges, and if you're able to see those opportunities, you're able to capitalize on them and make your business and your life a lot better. So I had a moment to reflect over the last few months, and I realized I had to really think 5 to 10 years in advance and say, what do I want to be doing with a business? What do I want to be doing with this channel? And it led me to the start of a whole new series for this channel, which I want to let you guys know about today, which is essentially bringing you guys behind the scenes to show you how major brands and businesses are operating globally. So this is a very special production we put together that we wrote, we produced, we directed, and it's actually going to launch on this channel within the next few weeks. The first episode will. And we're just excited and we're blessed to be able to have the opportunities to get behind the scenes with brands such as bella+canvas and many others that we'll be sharing on this channel. And I really feel that that is what people need to hear, and they need to be able to see how the inner workings are that very few people are willing to share. But that is my goal, that is my vision, to continue helping you guys. And with that, I think it really leads us into this next topic.
Well, was there ever a point where you felt like, man, are we really doing the right thing, or should we try to do something else?
Well, I think our failures are our biggest learning, periods. Like, I think about when there's success and when there's failure, and I think when there's failure, you actually learn the most. I think you figure things out. And we've had, many problems we had to solve, many, issues, but you always grow from figuring them out.
Yeah.
And whether it's, if you want to make lower water consumption product, those kind of things, then you really, it's a problem. You got to solve it. You have to, and if you really want to, it's an issue. You got to figure it out. So I would say that there's lots of things that, I think that just as a human being, you learn things more from when you have to pull yourself out of something, or you're trying to solve a problem that's difficult, than when things are great and everyone's telling you, oh, this is great.
The reality of entrepreneurship is that you'll encounter failure, and overcoming that failure essentially helps you graduate from the school of hard knocks. I took 9 classes. No, for real guys, like, failure is one of the things that will continue to come up over the course of your business and your journey, regardless of how big or successful you're getting. And it's in really realizing that you're coming to a moment of potential failure that helps you really build up the courage and helps you build up the plans and the team to get over that, and you experience that growth that you need. And sometimes it might mean, hey, maybe we should do things differently, and that might mean starting fresh and starting completely new, which he also provides some amazing advice to do.
So do you have a tip for anybody like that wants to get into a partnership with somebody Like, how do you vet them before you even think about that? Like, is it just based on your experience?
Well, you definitely, people that are of high character, you know, that have similar values, good values, because a lot of, when money gets involved, a lot of partnerships fall apart because someone's trying to take advantage of the money aspect.
Right.
So you want people that aren't doing this necessarily for the money so much. You're doing it because you love it. You're not doing it because you're looking for money.
That makes sense.
Because when you're chasing money, sometimes you'll, you know, get taken advantage of or take advantage if it's just about the money. But if it's about the business, the building, and all those things, if you can find a partner that's into that, that's great.
Man, so that really is like a marriage.
It's like a marriage. That's right. That's right. If you get married for money, then you're in trouble too. Right.
Now, you guys know I never ask you to go back and watch something, but I truly want you to go back and watch what Marco just finished saying. Really, take a moment right now to do that if you weren't paying attention to what he had to say. What he was discussing was partnerships, and more importantly, the difficulties in navigating them in order for them to be successful. You know, in my own life over the last 10 years, I didn't make the best decisions when it came to choosing partners. And it was really the reason why I needed to reevaluate my life and decide to step aside in order to move forward with something that was fresh, new, and something that we were passionate about and had a very strong vision for. Oftentimes, partnerships don't work because people have different objectives or they see things a lot differently. And just like he mentioned, partnership is like a marriage. And if you're not on the same page about what your life vision is, then it's very hard for it to last. And I've had multiple discussions with mentors about it over the years, and they all told me to proceed with caution. Be careful with the partners you choose because they can ultimately dictate your success or failure in your business. So I truly hope this video helps you guys in reaching your goals for 2020 and beyond. I really felt that this piece of content and this advice from Marco was so powerful. I needed to create a special video in order to share it with you guys. So with that being the case, I really hope that these 5 lessons guide you through your guys' success. And more importantly, I want to make sure that you guys know that the first season of From the Ground Up is actually launching within the next few weeks. So I want you guys to really visit the premiere when we finally are ready to announce it. It'll be announced all over the community, the email, the Instagram, the Facebook, everywhere. If you haven't already followed me on those channels, make sure you do. And as we'll continue to provide this type of information and assistance to guide you in your creative businesses and your brands, and just really explore more of what it takes to continue to build your brand and business from the ground up. So I hope you enjoyed it again, and we'll see each other very soon. Bye.